these two guys at their age, with all that they've accomplished, beloved throughout the world, with a chance to play each other again on the biggest stage in the sport, a Grand Slam championship. It is a packed house here at Rod Laver Arena. 15,000.
First set, Rafael Nadal to serve.
Rafa will serve to start the match. James Kiathavaldi is our chair umpire for this men's championship. And here we go from Melbourne. Here's Rafa's road.
You saw that amazing third round win over 5 sets. The youngsters Zverev and Rafa just rebounded so well. Monfils, and then tremendous tennis against Raonic. And of course that match against Grigor Dimitrov, which was absolutely spectacular in the semifinals.
Delayed call on the baseline. Federer shot called out, 30 love.
30 love.
This actually sets up in a similar way to when these two played in the final in 2009. Take a look at the time on court. 5 hours more for Rafa. But in 2009, Rafa survived a long semifinal against Fernando Verdasco that lasted 5 hours, 14 minutes, and then went on to win against Roger.
40 love.
Dimitrov match was 4 hours, 56 minutes, so just slightly less time on court. 40 love, opening game, men's championship. Remains one of the enduring images of this wonderful rivalry as Roger gets ready for his first service game.
Well, that was a pretty strong opening game from Rafa Nadal. Absolutely no nerves. I think these guys must feel nerves differently, but at the same time, so much on the same page with where they are in their career.
Yeah, that 2009 loss was a brutal loss for Roger Federer, and it was Rafa Nadal proving to himself he could beat Federer in the big matches on every surface, and I think that scar tissue is something Roger has to fight through early on here.
From Nadal, drawing the error from Roger. 15 all.
15 all.
Roger won the last time they played in 2015 on an indoor hard court in Roger's hometown of Basel in the final. That was Roger's last title, but Rafa had won the 5 meetings prior to that.
Thank you.
Roger's road to the final against Stan Wawrinka in the semifinals. He had to fight off some huge break points early in the 5th. He said that perhaps the wall had appeared in front of me and that this was the end of a nice story, but Roger was able to fight through and do his part to get to this remarkable matchup in the final. 30-15.
That's a beautiful start, getting up 40-15. Now strategically, this is a great time for Federer to play the score. This 40-15, a terrific time to serve and volley. See if we see that early on.
Yeah, it's essential for Roger to keep Rafa on his toes. Mix things up, and he was going to serve and volley. There you go. And it just might be easier, and it has been easier, for Rafa Nadal to get to the Federer backhand than the other way around. The topspin and the one hand, it's just so much more difficult to defend for Roger Federer on the backhand side than it is to do the same for Rafa. And a good hold.
Solid service game to open for Roger and 1-all. Roger spent a record 302 weeks at number 1. Rafa 141 weeks. They have not played in a Grand Slam final since the French Open in 2011. This is the 4th time they played overall here in Melbourne, with Rafa winning all 3 previous matches. The last time they played here was the semifinal that we showed you a short time ago, 3 years ago. But it's been 9.5 years since Roger has beaten Rafa in a major. That was that Wimbledon final in 2007.
That is absolutely perfect. Federer has to go strong up the middle with the return and then strong down the line early to keep Nadal on his heels. Look at Rafa leaning to the backhand corner. There's that lefty slider serve. Is so difficult out to the one-hander.
Yep. Gave me fits for a righty serving that slice to my backhand. So much easier to handle with 2 hands. You can cover the ball, but with the one, you don't really want to come over it. You can't get on the outside of it. And to slice, it's a defensive shot. It's very tricky.
That's a good miss. It's so important for Federer to invest early, really offensive points, regardless of the unforced errors or Nadal's defense. This will set the tone for the match and can pay dividends as the sets come to a close. And that double fault could be from the 2 aggressive returns Federer has already invested in on that second serve. See if Federer steps in here again and tries to get real aggressive.
Rafa gets the benefit of a good net cord, just trickles over and out of the Federer reach. 40-30.
Yeah, any deeper, Roger, this is a sitter for him. Let court not just ball came over on the net, but it totally dead on the other side of the net. Roger still almost got to it. See the long slide?
Game Nadal.
Rafael on serve, early going. Roger Federer, Rafael Nadal at the Australian Open. Second service game of this opening set for Roger Federer. Rafa's the 9th seed, Roger 17th. They were ranked 1 and 2 in the world. The only other time they played for the title here in 2008.
Love.
On Federer. Roger, if he wins, will become the second oldest man to win a Grand Slam singles championship after Ken Rosewall, who won 3 majors after the age of 35 back in the early 70s. Great get by Rafa, but Roger's waiting. Ken Rosewall's now 83 years old, and every year here in Melbourne, he leaves a handwritten note for Roger, wishing him good luck. Roger, of course, a student of the game, big fan of those great Aussie players of that era. Rod Laver, Rosewall, Emerson, Roach. Says those notes of well wishes mean a great deal to him.
Nicely done. That's what he needs to do.
2-all. And Paul, let's take a look at Rafa's first serve.
Well, Rafa has a pattern against Roger Federer. Look at all those serves to the backhand, 81% in the deuce, 67 wide. That's been problematic for Federer over years past, and actually most of the players. That's been Rafa's normal pattern, but look at what he's doing here. This is about Carlos Moya trying to shore up and give variation. Look how evenly distributed all those spots are hit. This takes Rafa's serve to a whole different level.
It's coming in cross court, especially hard cross court. You just cannot get there fast enough for the down the line. Of course, Rafa Nadal hits a really nice pass there. Took the ball early, but it's just too much real estate to cover.
High level here in the early going. 15 love.
Boy, that serve variation. Look at the amazing dominance from Rafael Nadal. 91% service games, and Roger Federer 89 is right there. So not a lot of breaks, and these guys have served to their targets incredibly well.
We will still see Rafa Nadal serving mostly to Roger's backhand, but perhaps not as much as in the past, because he's more comfortable hitting those serves out wide to the forehand and also body. But I think still we'll see maybe not as high a percentage to the backhand, but still predominantly. It's worked well for him in the past. Why change that? But changed it up nicely there to the forehand. And there's the body serve.
Game Nadal.
Second love service game from Rafa. On serve 3-2 opening set. Federer, Nadal in Melbourne. Beautiful evening in Melbourne. Rafa talked about how different tonight is for both of them. He said it's special. We haven't been here in a while. It has been 7 years since Roger last won the Australian Open, 8 years since Rafa won his lone Australian Open title in that final over Roger. On serve opening set.
And that's why it's so important to get that ball over to the forehand corner of Rafael Nadal. When he has to move on the two-hander, that's when he's a little bit vulnerable. You see that floating footwork from Federer to create some space, even though he's close to the baseline.
Fires the winner in the corner cross court. 30 love.
I wonder if Nadal will move in on some of those second serves, because returning from that far back, Roger Federer is smiling. He's got plenty of time to run around that return, hit a forehand, and then a lot of space to hit into as well.
40 love.
There's that 30 love serve and volley there. 3-point on that ace wide. Love to see another serve and volley on this point,
That
Martina.
seems to be the pattern. 2 or 3 points up on his service game, he serves and volleys. Solid hold.
Roger answers the love game from Rafa with one of his own. Level at 3.
3 games on.
Again, we think about how these points are structured. Federer going strong to that forehand quite often. That is the antithesis of what most of a Nadal opponent does, and it creates opportunity. You just have to do it, buy into it, and accept the consequences, and Federer's done well so far.
Can you tell me the logic behind Roger taking a new racket one game before he gets the new balls?
Because I don't think he likes to serve with the brand new feeling
So
racket.
when
Likes
it's
to-
serving, he wants to receive with a new racket.
Yeah, he likes to play, well, he likes to play
Because
that one game, yeah, to get a little feel for it.
You said it a moment ago, Paul, it creates opportunity. What kinds of opportunities?
Yeah, what it does is it makes Rafa have to run to that two-hander. You don't want now Nadal to be stable in the backhand corner, in his backhand corner. So you go strong to the forehand, then that backhand target's nice and big.
7 winners already for Roger, just 1 for Rafa.
Now this is the trickier side for the one-hander against this lefty spin. See if Roger invests in moving in here and being aggressive on the second serve return.
And that's the hard thing about hitting it with that one hand. Just have to time it perfectly. Takes a lot of timing and strength to be able to get on top of that swinging ball.
You see Federer take that one big step inside the baseline. That's what gave him time to go down the line with the one-hander.
And you'll see Rafa moving to his left as Roger's hitting this ball. Well, you don't see it, but he was definitely cheating for the cross court, which is where Roger would normally go. Nice mix up there, going against the grain.
Wow. Welcome to the show, everybody.
Federer showing his fitness, among other things, to get inside to hit this forehand and then coming in. Quick feet.
First break points of the match. Double break point for Federer.
Thank you.
Just missed it.
And the first break goes to Roger Federer. He will serve at 4-3 when we return to Melbourne and this classic Australian Open final here on Tennis Channel.
Federer to get back into the point, and when the chips were turned, Roger steps in, hits it in the air.
So
Puts
Roger
it away.
will serve, trying for a 5-3 lead here in this opening set.
Serving with new balls. Going to go through the court a little bit more quickly. 128 miles per hour there. Fastest in the match for Roger. Serve and volley. Perfect strategy. And this is where Rafa has been so great this tournament. As soon as anyone changes strategy, he started to move in closer to the baseline, been returning in tight to give different looks. Tried to do it there and just mishit it.
Big serving in this game for Roger. Before that, he was serving less than 50%, still winning 12 out of 15 points on his serve, and here he is 3 for 3 on the first serves. Still 100%, 10 for 10. First serves in. Overpowering. 11 for 11.
And there's an ace, his second. And that's the way to consolidate a break at love.
In about 15 seconds, felt like.
So Rafa now will serve to stay in the set.
And Rafa's got to get more aggressive on the paper there. 11 winners for Federer, 1 for Nadal. It's not his nature, but he's got to be a little more aggressive, certainly less passive. The efficiency of Roger Federer's footwork and shot making is ridiculous. That was a good shot Rafa Nadal hit down the line there. Roger takes it early and just flicks it cross court, draws the error from Rafa Nadal. You don't see that on the paper, in the statistics, but that's huge.
8 straight points now for Federer.
Boy, that is beautiful. Nadal with the amazing racket head speed on that low forehand.
15-all.
This ball is far from routine, but his footwork with a sense of urgency, watch how quick he gets up there. Tremendous racket head speed.
Boy,
Boy, that is really atypical for Rafael Nadal, and what a gutsy second serve.
Number one going to the forehand, but
does-
number two hit it hard.
Yeah, does not like to go out wide on that side, and that is a tremendous message sender from Nadal.
That was 104-mile-an-hour second serve. I don't think I've ever seen him hit one that hard. Especially not inside out to the forehand.
That is just wide.
It's good play. I think that down the line will work really well for Roger. It has so far, and I'm not sure if Rafael Nadal is moving as well, you know, as he has in previous matches. That's the big X factor, his fatigue from the match just 2 days ago. Federer had an extra day off after his 5-setter. Don't know. It's too early to tell.
I've never seen Rafa's engine wear down, so if he does tonight, he'll be the first. You know, you just wonder as these guys get older about the recovery time. Roger 5 years older, Rafa still 30 years old. And that long match the other night was a difficult one, but that day off for both is really helpful. Interesting how the last 9 years, 5 of those, the second semifinalist has won that second day with less rest. That's a great hold.
So 5-4. When we come back, Roger Federer will serve for set number 1. Now he will try to serve for the set. Just over a half hour in at 5-4.
Thank you. Love 15.
There wasn't even a guess by Nadal. He just kind of held his ground and reacted to the shot. Great pass.
15-all.
Roger continuing with his effective serving. That's his third ace. So 92% of his first serves. 12 of 13.
That first point of the game was the first time Rafael Nadal won the point on the Federer first serve. See some Mirka Federer there watching, wife of Roger.
That is a beautiful one-hander, all made possible by the footwork and court positioning. Federer getting well inside the baseline to create that angle.
He is so aggressive positionally. That's what's beating Rafael Nadal. The ball's getting there faster, while Federer's not hitting it harder.
Two set points.
And the set is over.
On his fourth ace, 34 minutes. And the opening set goes to Roger Federer, 6-4. Working his way in, letting it go. Sails long. If he wins tonight, Rogers' road to the championship, despite not having to face #1 Andy Murray in the quarterfinals, will still be one of the most difficult in recent memory. He'll have defeated 4 players in the top 10. It's been more than 3 decades since that has happened in a major. Mats Wilander did it in winning Roland Garros in '82. Great movement from Rafa.
Second time at the net. Third time now. He's 3 for 3 at the net. Rogers been there 8 times. He's got to mix in that surprise attack. Not necessarily some volley, but try to get in on Rogers' backhand and come in some, or at least stay closer to the baseline. That was there for the taking. Again, Roger inside the baseline, hitting that shot.
13.
With the topspin, it's more difficult to gauge depth, you know, so it's easier to hit a short ball. And Rogers, because he's so close to the baseline, when it's a short ball, he's on top of it. He gets up to it, gets on top of it, and can attack.
Game Nadal.
Again.
Second ace for Rafa.
Yeah, we talked about short and early. That return up the middle pretty hard, and then he gets the running forehand.
Now again, opening up the court with that big backhand and stepping in. Not allowing, and Rafa just cheating cross court too much. So the Federer backhand down the line is really paying dividends.
Right, and the biggest thing for everyone to take notice is look at where Rogers' feet are most of the time. He is trying to absolutely hug the baseline, and that is a difficult thing to do against Rafa Nadal. But the first set gave him a +6 differential in winners to unforced errors, and that is high risk but very high reward, and you have to invest with it and stick with it against Nadal.
Sound like a stockbroker.
Yeah. Let's be conservative.
Slightly in negative territory. First service game of the second set for Roger now.
Lafferty.
First double fault. An opening for Rafa here early in the second. Love 30.
That one was good cross court. This one is again down the line, stretching Roger, and that one, the depth, beat Federer.
Great anticipation from Rafa to get across the court, but puts it into the net. 15-30.
That would have been 1540. Federation Square.
Yeah, packed. This is such a huge story here in Australia, not only in Melbourne, but the entire country. They're expecting record ratings here. All for these two legends. 30 all. Fist pump from Rafa. And he's got a break point. His first of the match.
30-14.
Swinging volley from Roger, moving forward, saving the break point. Deuce.
And those plays of correct anticipation from Nadal, even that miss there creates doubt, shrinks the target, and that is something that stays in the memory banks.
Rafael Nadal getting more aggressive when the chips are down on the big points. That's what he did against Dimitrov. Forces the action here. Hitting a short volley there on purpose. Difficult to pass.
Second break point. The first service break for Rafael Nadal. Here early in the second after Federer took the opening set 6-4.
Love.
Rafa has not won a hardcourt title in 3 years since Doha 2014.
That forehand is starting to click for Rafael Nadal, getting the ball deeper and higher over the net. Pushing Federer behind the baseline and creating the openings. Already has more winners in 2 games than he did in the whole first set. I'm sorry, he had 5 winners in the first set. He has 4 now in the second. Great return.
Roger creeping in to take that early.
That's just nasty. You just see 90% of the time people hit that ball in the net. They just don't have time to get away from it and get set up.
That's the side that makes a few more errors when you go strong up the middle. Remember what happened at 15 love. Short half volley with the two-hander, great shot by Nadal. The next 2 forehands in the net. The Nadal forehand is lethal, but it takes more time to produce.
So Roger comes right back and has a break opportunity.
30-40.
Get this second set right back on serve.
Such a difference in timing for the serving person. Rafa not having enough time to hit the second shot because Roger's taking it early. Rafa, on the other hand, so far back that Roger has plenty of time to get ready for the second shot, and that's what's won him these 3 points. Ball gets there too quickly.
Boy, that's a tough miss off a neutral ball from Federer. Got into that rally.
Juice.
Is that a slight deceleration on that? Just a smidgen, Paul? Did you see that? Just lifted up the head a little bit.
Advantage Nadal.
Just another spectacular early backhand return, taking the time away from Nadal. Look at that, just rushing that forehand.
And I think because Roger is really stepping into that return, Nadal needs to hit some more body serves to push Federer away from the ball.
That was a ridiculous volley.
Wow.
Full stretch line drive volley from Federer. Pure reaction there. That's a fat drafter. Little flick of the wrist, a little topspin on that. And this is an easy overhead for Federer. Third break point in this game. No, second one? That was the third one.
See if Federer's created any doubt on the Nadal second serve.
That's a great shot from Nadal there, creating an angle where there really wasn't one. So that second hand helps so much to be able to get over the ball and flick it short cross court. That's clutch.
Advantage Nadal.
Weathers the storm to hold for 3-love after Federer took the opening set 6-4. Coming right back, breaking Roger, and Roger's opening service game of set number 2. Martina, let's take a look at the break point.
And this break point is really why Rafa Nadal has a 23-11 record against Roger Federer. The one-handed backhand, the high topspin. See here, Roger comes over that one. Now he's taken an extra step, comes over that one. But now he doesn't have time. He's got a slice. Because with the one-hander, you have to take a cross step. With the two-hander, you can go with the outside foot and you get back in the middle of the court. But you're just pushing Roger further and further, and he has to go further to get back in the middle of the court. And eventually just doesn't have enough time. That's it in a nutshell.
Thank you. Seats quickly, please.
Nice return from Nadal.
Love the team.
Roger's forehand is a bit iffy right now. He missed a couple break points the game before, and this one, that's kind of a Nadal forced error, isn't it? He's so fast, you feel like you have to thread the needle.
Yeah, a couple mishits, and a lot of that is that relentless defense from Nadal that you mentioned, Martina, particularly when Roger goes down the line over the high part of the net. He's got to be committed and let Rafa hit that extra ball.
Look at the turn.
That was unworldly.
So far behind the baseline, wide off the tram lines in the doubles court. Rolls this ball in. Amazing. And I said, you feel like you have to thread the needle. You don't feel like it. You actually do have to thread the needle.
Triple break point for a second break here in the second set.
15-14.
Roger has to walk the tightrope of terrific offense or falling off of that tightrope and overplaying because of Nadal's great defense.
Roger saves his second break point. One more left in this sequence. Unforced errors already in the second set that Roger had in the entire first set.
There's another one.
A couple of things, and that relentless defense from Rafael Nadal makes it so difficult to sustain that incredibly high level of offense you need to take him out. That's why the hardest thing in men's tennis for over a decade has been trying to beat Rafael Nadal 3 out of 5 sets.
Got the level of precision, concentration, focus, footwork, all of that. Not getting down on yourself, not getting doubts about your shots. That's beautiful, but that's pretty red line tennis. You know, how long can you keep that up? I mean, even for Roger Federer, that's very close to being on that red edge of the tachometer. From Federer, he's not giving up on this set.
Oh, he's not going to go anywhere, and he just has to ride the ebbs and flows and accept some of these mistakes. It's going to be problematic to play this tremendous defender 3 perfect sets. Stay composed, stick with the plan.
Roger had what he wanted, couldn't execute.
15-13.
15-30.
That's a tremendous serve from Nadal.
Ball landed about 6 feet inside the service line, spinning away.
Blasting the cross-court winner. Gives Roger a chance to get one of the breaks back.
30-14.
And a break for Roger Federer. 4-1. Nadal still up a break in the second. Back at the Australian Open, great defense from Rafa.
Yeah, one of the hardest things to deal with in the game of tennis is this man's relentless ability to shrink your targets and make you hit extra balls. He goes nowhere and your targets get smaller and smaller, and he starts to read right, tremendous anticipation, and he's able to cut off the angles and make the targets smaller while you pull that trigger, and the targets just shrink up and you're going to miss a few.
That defense allowed him to get up 2 breaks in the second set. Roger, moments ago, breaking back. How important was that? Obviously, outside of just the scoreboard.
It's just emotionally to get into Rafa's head. Okay, it's not a gimme that you're going to win this set, and it's not a gimme that you're going to hold serve. So now Federer is back in the set, keeping the pressure on emotionally. Rafael Nadal is reading Roger's mind like a book right now.
15 love.
He's guessed right every time.
Yeah, his anticipation is amazing.
Let's for service. Mr. Federer is challenging the call on the right center service line. The ball's good out.
First challenge of the match. Roger doesn't challenge that much. He kind of does it disdainfully. I thought that might have caught. And it's just out.
Second service.
Definitely worth the challenge.
Did we have a switch of players there? Weren't we just talking about Rafa's defense? I mean, Federer just covered these like a blanket and actually relatively close to the baseline. That was as far back as he got and was able to shrink the court. Look at where he is. He's inside the baseline hitting that half volley backhand.
Because Nadal's not looking to take that ball in the air, it allows Roger to just float the ball back into play. He doesn't have to thread the needle there. Wow.
Just spanks the return.
How hard was that hit?
40-15.
I've not seen Roger. I mean, Rafa didn't do that once against Dimitrov.
Look at how deep Nadal is. 107-mile-an-hour forehand. Oh.
I didn't know you could hit it that hard. Jeez.
40-30.
And that's that forehand, that 40 love, that return, that drew that double fault. A point later.
That was a big hold. Important to stay connected to Rafa here in this set. Talked about the rivalry, most meetings in Grand Slam finals. This is their 9th. Rafa Novak played 7 times in finals and majors. Novak and Andy Murray 7 times as well. Pete and Andre played 5 times. Of course, that memorable final encounter. Pete retired just after beating Andre in the finals of the US Open. And some great rivalries through the years in the Open era. Hard to beat Federer and Nadal.
Love. Love.
Love.
40 love.
It's amazing how many fewer times we see Roger shanking the ball with the bigger head than he used to, even when he was dominating. You saw those mishits quite more often than you do now.
Game Nadal.
A good hold from Nadal.
Love hold from Rafa. Game away from tying this up at a set apiece. You're watching the Australian Open Men's Championship on Tennis Channel. Finals absolutely amazing. Serena and Venus in one, and Roger and Rafa in this one. Roger serving to stay in the set at 2-5.
Love 15.
Well, Nadal's been so much better returning the first serve of Federer's in this game, in this set. First set, he only won 1 point on the Federer serve. much more successful here. And a good serve and volley from Roger. First time he's doing it when he's down in a game.
Just that whipping backhand winner from Roger, 40-15.
But again, how quickly Roger Federer moves forward here. This is a nasty return cross court. A little bit of a miss it. But Roger on top of it, cutting the angle. All right.
5-3 as Rafa can now serve for the set.
Nadal leads by 5 games to 3.
Turned it into a best of 3. Rafa with the wrist injury that sidelined him during 2016. Roger, after a 6-month layoff to rehab his surgically repaired left knee. The fact that they are here tonight facing each other is just remarkable.
Roger Federer takes about 15 seconds between points. Rafael Nadal consistently around 30. He got a time violation at the beginning of the second set against Dimitrov. Totally changed his serving after that. Felt rushed. Didn't like it.
God, that was just a tremendous serve.
And just such beautiful footwork and awareness from Rafael Nadal. That's why it's so difficult to return against him. Look at him shuffle to the side, create space, and hit that big forehand to the large target.
Thought that serve might have been wide, but Federer didn't challenge.
3 set points. And Rafa answers after Roger won the opening set 6-4. 6-3 Nadal in the second set, and on we go in this men's championship down under. An Open on Tennis Channel, this men's championship for the ages. Roger Federer, Rafael Nadal, and let's take a look at the numbers from the second set.
Well, Nadal made a nice shift and put a lot of pressure on the Federer first serve. Roger winning only 56% of his first serves. Roger's an 80% first serve point accumulator throughout his career, so that shows that Nadal put that early pressure. That's how we got those 2 breaks. And of course the +3 in terms of unforced errors winners for Rafa, big benefit. The -7 for Roger, that's going to happen. That's his style of play against Nadal. Now he's got to rebound, zero it in, and get back to the positive flow early this set.
Federer to serve.
Just amazing to watch Rafa problem solve, though. Loses the first set, boom, within 5 minutes, geared up and up a break.
Considering how many times they've played each other, any surprises in the match so far, or
Nope.
have you seen what you expected from both players?
Yeah, I think it's been pretty status quo. Rogers tried to play offensive tennis, was successful the first set, and Rafa was Rafa. He has the amazing will and defenses and footwork to wear people down. And he raised his level of offensive prowess a little bit the second set as well against Federer. That's why he was doing a little bit better in the winners to unforced errors ratio.
Team.
Carlos Moya, now a big part of the Nadal camp. He's the runner-up here in '97. Opening service game of the third set just got a little more complicated for Roger.
And this is exactly where Nadal breaks you down. Doesn't matter what the score. Perhaps the best point-for-point mentality in the history of the men's game.
Four straight points for Nadal and a chance for an early break here in the third.
Well, that was a good serve, Roger, in perfect position, but that error is brought by the speed of Nadal. You just have to hit such a small part of the court to get on offense.
Good response from Roger. Getting it back to deuce. Sixth ace.
I'd really like to see a serve and volley here.
Not gonna happen.
Advantage Nadal.
Those unforced errors really starting to creep up. Roger was in plus territory for the longest time, but now is in negative territory, -3. 26 unforced errors.
And Roger should serve and volley more, and they do score than the ad court. You have to hear another ace, exactly the same spot.
Number 7.
Living dangerously.
Gets him out of trouble.
Ivan Ljubicic, Roger's coach now. Partner. Part of the team. Change his mind on that one. Again, the speed of Nadal. Normally he makes that volley in his sleep, but Nadal puts doubts in your head. Should you go with your first choice? You want to go cross court, then he saw Nadal move, so he goes down the line. America can't believe it. With a break point, he's gone out wide. Break point's down here.
Let's for service.
Wow. Hit that spot pretty well the last 3 points.
8th ace. 4th deuce.
Last 3 deuces have all been unforced errors. This is a great time to Change the strategy, serve and volley, big one up tee. Boy, that was a great change of pace from Federer with the one-handed high roller.
Advantage Federer.
Yeah, the crowd was gasping. They thought he missed the ball long, but he had so much topspin on it, giving Nadal some of his own medicine.
Roger saves 3 break points and gets a big hold here to start set number 3.
So amazing to hear that. Rafa's game is about movement and margin. Rogers is about offense and taking time away. The movement and margin allows you a much greater opportunity to sustain that for a long period.
Less to go wrong.
Tell so much respect in Roger's words and his voice.
Yeah.
And affection as well.
As we said in the opening, they both would have had more slams, more major titles without each other, but they've made each other better tennis players. And that shot right there, textbook. There's a Pete Sampras forehand on the run.
What a point from Federer.
Love that.
And when one guy goes cross court and the other guy goes down the line, the guy that goes cross court is going to get better of those rallies most of the time. Great stuff from Federer there.
Thank you.
Again, taking the ball so early.
Unload again. The backhand cross court, but sends it into the net. Rafa on the board in this service game, 15-30.
And that service game from Federer, the game before, down 3 break points, aces Nadal every single time, same spot. That can get into your head.
Boy, that's a beautiful serve, just sliding out wide.
There's just no place to go. If Roger goes hard down the line, then Nadal's hitting a cross-court backhand. If he goes through the middle, then Nadal steps to his right, hits a forehand inside out. And he can't get on the outside of it enough to go cross-court hard. It's a conundrum.
Goodness.
30-14.
Look at the position. Federer on the baseline. Little flick of the wrist. Makes the extremely difficult look simple.
And the brilliant winner gives Roger a break point after saving 3 break points to start the set.
That was perfect.
Federer leads by 2 games to none.
And what a turnaround here early in the third. Roger having to fight off those 3 break points. Spectacular serving. And then comes back and breaks Rafa in the next game, 15-1. This tournament went up a break. He's won 15 straight.
The only person that got him, Bill, was Melzer first round that came back from that. He's the one blemish.
By the way, Roger is 78-2 here at the Australian Open when winning the first set, but one of those 2 losses was to Rafa in that semifinal in 2012. But right now, the momentum is on the Federer side of the net.
And it all happened because of those aces. And break points down, same spot. Rafa didn't cover it. And now that's a good sneak. When somebody's returning from that far back, serve and volley, you got plenty of time to get there.
40-9.
There's another ace. That's his 9th. On fire. 3-love here in the third. Level at a set apiece.
Federer leads by 3 games to none.
Remarkable men's championship between 2 legendary players, Rafael Nadal and Roger Federer. Roger now 35 years old, Rafa 30, and it's Roger up a break here in the third set.
Ready for break.
Even at a set apiece. Serving love 3.
Love 15.
Rafa talking to himself a little bit for the first time.
Well, he's feeling the pressure because Roger's just riding a sweet spot right now. Timing the ball beautifully. Escaped with that first game. Got the break. Off to the races.
15 all.
Wow. Federer just teeing off on that cross court. Ungettable.
15-13.
This shot is so important against Rafael Nadal. You have to keep him aware of that forehand corner.
Lubicic likes it. 15-30.
Well, what's frustrating for Rafa, he was sitting on that cross court. He still couldn't get there. That's how impressive that shot was. Federer committed moving forward. I think he wanted that ball a little bit higher, but still kept moving.
15-14.
You just cannot teach talent. Do not try that at home.
No.
Chance for Federer to get a second break here in this third set.
Let's for service.
That is just incredible footwork from Nadal to get out there and hit that forehand.
30-14.
Neither player giving up on a set.
Juice.
Nadal desperately wants to stay within one break. Roger, when he was 2 breaks down in the second set, he kept fighting, got one back. Wow.
That just dipped in. And earns Federer a third break point.
Advantage Federer.
Even when he's going sideways, he's slightly going forward, getting enough pace on that ball. Fantastic footwork.
Thank you.
Rafa responds to a break point with an ace of his own.
Juice.
Only the third one of the match, and the first 2 aces came on a second serve out wide. This is his first serve ace of the match.
Advantage Nadal.
Rafa's girlfriend.
How they suffer, Maria. They've been a couple for a long time.
Boy, that was a great get and shot by Federer.
Juice.
He's just really timing the ball beautifully in this third set.
Back to deuce as Federer tries to get a second break here in the third set.
There's that mix-up of Nadal's serve.
Advantage
He's
Nadal.
definitely keeping Federer on his toes.
Yep, hitting those spots.
Yep.
And you get that point, and then you also create a little doubt for down the road. Which side to cover? Not much doubt on that return.
That serve was just a little off. Didn't pull in quite wide enough and paid a big price. Federer beautifully on the outside of the ball on that one. Didn't quite get it wide enough. Ball didn't tail away. Bam. match, I think, right there. Close to it.
Advantage Nadal.
A lot of body blows during that rally, and then the knockout punch on that backhand.
16 shots in that
Ugh,
exchange.
just exquisite.
Rafa breaks it open. Game point to get on the board after saving 3 break points here in the 3rd set. And does. Rafa stays connected. Down a break as Roger gets ready to serve at 3-1.
Boy, think of the break points both of these guys played on their own serves. All great tennis.
15 love.
Well, the numbers in this set: Federer 14 winners, 7 unforced. Nadal 4 and 3. That's mostly due to Federer just not letting Nadal into the points.
This is that time for a serve and volley again, Martina. Up 30 love.
I would slide it wide. But slow ball. See another step to get to the net. Oh, that works too. But it's that investment played on that. You know, it's not just that you win the point, it's how you win the point. May pay off later on.
Game from Roger. Up a break here in the 3rd. Look at Roger's tactics here.
Yeah, sometimes it's really problematic to convince yourself to go to the strength of a player, but you have to with Rafa Nadal, and Roger's done it very well this match. Investing into the Nadal forehand. What that does is it opens up the backhand side of the court and it backs Nadal up. Rafa needs more time to produce that forehand. Do not hit a neutral ball there, but when you're aggressive, it works.
Rafa had to save 3 break points in his last service game. Serving at 1-4. Still just down a break.
Love.
Well, for Roger Federer, that's a percentage play. I like it. Paul is
okay for a one-off. For
exactly.
one-off.
One-off.
Just one spectacular shot and get after another, and they're just, they can't stay silent.
These guys are covering the court so well. Roger Federer doing a great job defending, but Nadal held his nerve. This is where that faster surface really pays off for Roger Federer, returning the serve from inside the baseline. All gets there quickly, forcing the errors from Nadal.
Let's for service.
And again, Roger making Rafa work awfully hard in his service game.
That forehand side of the court for Rafa Nadal is getting worked over, and that's what's creating the problem. Federer just relentless going to that side, and now has another break point.
Break here, and Roger can serve for a 2-1 lead. What a return.
I mean, that is a joke. That serve was not that bad. That was like a ping pong return deep in the corner.
Roger Federer has made it look ridiculously easy in this set. He is just firing on all cylinders. Down 3 break points in the first game. He comes back with 3 aces out wide and has never looked back since. Just timing it beautifully. Look how far inside the court he is. That's not easy to do. I don't care how good you are. And he's done it consistently well. This set is as good as over, although Rafa Nadal will still keep trying.
Roger's won 11 consecutive points on his serve.
And look for Rafa now to get very offensive. One of Rafa's biggest traits is when he gets down, he turns around and gets extremely offensive.
Mr. Federer is challenging the call on the right near sideline. The ball's good in.
Middle of the rally, Roger challenges. I think the ball was out. If it touched, it just touched. It's a pretty gutsy challenge from Roger.
And just
Oh, that's just out. When you're flowing, while you're playing, you're even flowing when you're not playing. Even your eyes are flowing. Amazing. That's confidence. Left 15. Challenges. Would have been left 30 if you lost it.
serve and volley. Across the air, 30-15.
Just love that play.
Yep.
Up double break, 15 all, second serve. Different target, different look.
And you make your opponent change their shot. That was not the return Rafa was going to hit if Roger stayed back.
And what he wanted there.
30 all.
Makes the air, 30 all. Third double, and it gives Rafa a chance to get one of the breaks back.
Even the great ones get nervous. Just means so much to both of these players, needless to say. Hard to keep those nerves in check.
Again, at a key moment, Federer finds that corner.
Second forehand, a lot of topspin here. And this one flattens it out, gets the depth on the ball. Away from Nadal. Beautiful.
Deuce. And a set point now for Federer.
Advantage Federer. Deuce.
I don't know if I've ever seen Roger bail out like that before. Drop shot and
Mental hiccup.
yeah, we all get them. Some just more often than others.
Advantage Nadal.
10th break point of the match for Rafa. Broken Roger twice.
Great play again.
Again, that's an excellent serving. These key moments, so important for Roger.
Taking the pace off, going down the middle with the slice. Again, making Rafa move that extra step and getting extra time to get to the net. All good stuff.
Another big serve, that one up the tee.
Advantage Federer.
Gives Roger a
Ladies and gentlemen, as a courtesy
second
to both
chance to
players,
close out
please
the
do not
third
call
set.
out in a rally. Thank you.
Roger Federer is now a set away from his 18th.
Nadal to serve.
Rafa 2.5 years removed from his most recent major. This is his 9th title at Roland Garros, which Rafa captured in 2014. He's won the title here once. That was against Roger.
For these guys, relatively fast 3 sets, 2 hours. I don't know if that's helpful one way or the other. If they go 5 sets, perhaps that's better for Roger. The quicker the match overall. But the way he's playing, he may not have a 5th set.
Yeah, I think it's better for Federer. I think the faster the points, the faster the tempo is better for Roger.
8-1. Majors went up 2 sets to 1 in the finals. The lone loss in that situation was against Juan Martín del Potro. Final of the U.S. Open in 09.
30-15.
Gotta love it. Federer for the first time running around his backhand on that return of serve in the ad court. And when he hits that flowing forehand on the run, again getting inside the baseline, right on top of that short ball from Nadal, forcing the error. That's just, you know, again, that doesn't show up on the stat sheet, but that's great stuff.
30-all.
Let's second service.
Federer's been taking that second serve early most of the time. Now he's stepping back, mixing it up every which way. Now he's back inside the net. Baseline.
Deep shot from Rafa. Roger could not get around on it.
40-13.
Just a real nice body serve from Nadal to start off that point, handcuffing Federer.
Hold for Rafa as he tries to come back from this 2-1 deficit.
First game.
Ken Rosewall won 3 majors after the age of 35. And there's Roger.
Pretty good company.
So if Roger gets to the finals here 2 years from now, he will have that title, the oldest. I always wanted to be the youngest to win something. Ends up I was the oldest to win something. But not the kind of record that you think you're going for when you first start your career.
You should cherish that one, along with your 4,000 other ones that you got.
I was almost 50 on that one. That talk about geriatric doubles. All right, good hold from Rafael Nadal to reassert himself in that 4th set.
This is a very, very big game for Roger Federer. This is where Nadal's going to do everything in his power to steal that momentum early in the set, just like in the second.
Have we put early breaks every set?
First one was kind of midway through the first.
It's 2-all, I think. I'm not sure.
Boy, that's a bad miss for Rafa. That ball should never be anywhere near the net when he's that far behind the baseline.
Now, the first set, the break was at 3-all. And the other sets early on. Great sneak from Federer. As soon as he saw Rafa was going to slice that backhand, he is off to the races. He moves forward better than anybody.
40 love.
Look where Rafa chose to move in and return that serve. First serve from close to the baseline there. Didn't pay dividends on that point.
Oh, Roger just misses wide. 40-15.
40-15.
The way these guys slide, it's like a clay court, like a heavy-duty clay court. Everybody's sliding. Roger just missed it wide.
Faults.
Remember that 40-love game to start the third that Roger almost got broken in.
Oh,
It's just a confident Roger Federer right now. 1-all.
1 game on.
I don't know if I've seen him take away that much time from Nadal. Nadal actually pulled up on that shot, didn't even try. He's on the baseline as he's hitting his shots. The ball just gets there that much quicker. Can Nadal solve this puzzle and somehow push Federer back? The real estate battle has definitely been won by Roger Federer in this match. Missed it, but you still feel like an impossible shot, and he still has so much time to hit it. Sliding as he's hitting. And Nadal knows he's in trouble because Roger's just not. He's not sure what Roger's going to come up with. Federer mixing it up beautifully. Down the line's been paying off for him.
Boy, just another beautiful body serve.
30 love. Thirty 15. Forty 15.
That was a nice serve from Rafa. On serve, fourth set, 2-1. Men's championship of the Australian Open on Tennis Channel. Over 2 hours in now. On serve in this fourth set. Roger serving at 1-2, up 2 sets to 1. As he tries to inch ever closer to his 18th major against his greatest rival.
Love 15.
That's what the forehand went away from Roger Federer in that second set. Made some unforced errors. Will the history repeat itself here?
This time from Roger. And Rafa jumps on top in this game. Love 30. 19 unforced errors on the forehand side for Roger. But overall still in plus territory at +4.
It's good to recognize when the big moments of the match are, but sometimes it can handcuff you. You know this is big, the beginning of each set.
That first point, huge.
The older you get, the more you realize when things can go wrong, or when, you know, this is a big moment. You don't want to let it slip away. You end up analyzing too much.
Triple break point. One saved.
15-14.
Nadal 2 of 11 break points in this match. Federer 4 of 9.
Now it's Nadal with the momentum and the break.
Love 15.
Great defense from Federer, but then the error. 15 all.
15 all. $30-15.
For the tournament, Federer is plus 125 winners over unforced errors. Today he's plus 2. Nadal plus 31. Today Nadal minus 1. These guys are making each other miss because they have so much respect for each other's game.
$40-15.
Roger's got to get back to that pattern. He's got to find a way to get the first hit in offensive to Rafa's forehand like this.
And this makes Rafa run on the diagonal. See how far back behind the baseline now? It's a short one out wide.
2 ground strokes right on the baseline for Federer. Squares it up at deuce.
Deuce. Let's for service. Mr. Federer is challenging the call
Oh no.
on the right near sideline.
The ball's about
Ball scored
half
out.
a foot wide. It hit the baseline, but it's well wide. We're right on that sideline here where we are in the commentary box. Yep.
Advantage Nadal.
Maybe not
Mr.
6,
Federer
maybe
has
about
2 challenges
3.5,
remaining.
4 inches, but still well out.
And a game point for Rafa for 4-1.
Deuce.
Too many balls early in that rally to the Nadal backhand.
Advantage Nadal.
So hard to make yourself keep forcing the action, you know, and go against the grain, which is going to the Nadal forehand.
My goodness. A magical shot from Nadal. It's worth another look. Just a great exchange from both players. I'm not sure how many people get to that ball from Federer, let alone come up with the winner that Nadal did.
That is just magic.
That was the best point of the match so far. We're going to have a pretty serious highlight reel before this match is over.
Statement shot, perhaps a statement hold.
Standing ovation from a lot of these fans here up to that point.
1-4. Another ace
15 love.
on the Federer serve. That's 11.
Dirty love.
lefty forehand from Rafa.
30-15.
It's him on the board.
It's
the in between a volley and an overhead. It's hard to get the racket around. And when you miss big. Rueful smile from Roger there.
30 all.
Will that point make a difference in this set?
Let's second service. Thank you.
Roger had the open court.
30-14.
Now Nadal has a break chance. Second break. An opportunity then to serve to send us to a fifth. And as he's done so often, big serve from Roger. Deuce.
Roger Federer has 13 aces and he has 4 of them on the 10 break points. Oh, I'm sorry, 13 break points.
Almost had another. Serve and volley from Federer. Wins the point.
It was a good volley too, as Nadal saw him dip the ball down. But Roger hit a good volley.
Game Federer.
So that overhead miss made the game interesting, but at the end,
Nadal
still a
leads
hold.
by 4 games to 2.
Take a look at that. Emerson and Laver, the only men to win all 4 majors 2 or more times. Rafa has that opportunity tonight, trying to win his 2nd Australian Open.
And that's the kind of stuff you don't know about until the press asks you about it. Then you start thinking about it. Or maybe not.
Another good body serve. We've seen Rafa hit a handful of those
15 left.
in the last set and a half. Some off the second serve as well. And just tying up Federer on the return.
Let's for service.
Another body serve. Maybe other players will take note. Start using that serve more often. Rafa's been mixing it up so well in this whole tournament and mixing it up a lot more against Federer in this match than what Roger's used to.
Quickly 40 love.
Game Nadal.
Nadal with an ace, his 4th. Now he's a game away from taking the fourth set and sending us to a fifth. Roger Federer, Rafael Nadal. Roger serving to stay in this fourth set. Folks are jammed into the garden area to watch the action on the big screen. Let's take a look at the rally hit point comparison for these two players.
And I was talking earlier about the real estate battle that Roger Federer has been winning, and you see it there. It looks the same, 6 feet behind the baseline, but inside the court, Federer, a huge advantage over Rafael Nadal, taking away the time. Rafa spending a lot of time 6 feet behind the baseline or further.
15 love.
And that's the difference between playing Roger Federer and playing Grigor Dimitrov. Grigor does not get inside the baseline 40% of the time. Hits the ball really hard, but gives Rafa a little bit more time to recover.
Love.
Slight miss hit.
Jumps on that return.
Slight miss hit. Ball
30-15.
did not come off the racket. I think it's on the inside of the throat. And gets a ridiculous angle on that backhand.
30-15. Ooh. Bad miss from Roger there.
30 all.
Well, 2 points from the match, from the set for Nadal. He'd love to serve first in the fifth. Not so fast, Roger says. 14th ace. Number 15 actually, fifth one in this set. It's about the softest serve of the match. 104 miles an hour.
Juice. Advantage Federer. Game Federer. New ball squeeze.
Roger holds. Rafa will serve for the fourth. Send us to a deciding fifth set.
Nadal leads by 5 games to 3.
Equipment change for Roger.
Roger getting this new frame out there, tighter strings with the new balls from Rafa.
Sure enough, tighter strings. The ball doesn't go over the net.
Another body serve into the right hip.
Two points away from the set.
30 love.
Good serving from Rafael Nadal.
3-set points for Rafa.
40 love.
Body, stretch him wide. It's like a pitcher when they get the first serve, when they're throwing strikes. You can do anything you want.
Faults.
Two of the game's legends, and how fitting that this will be decided in 5 sets. Ready to start the 5th set, but this match has had everything you could want so far.
Yeah, this has been a match of the initial momentum grabber in each set. In the first set, there's great defense from Federer to stay in this point, to keep things going. But again, using that ball to go strong to the forehand to finish. Roger got that first set, and the second set, things changed around a little bit. Rafa really got offensive, found ways to get Roger on the defense and make Federer create poor shot choices, sneaking in here at the right time. Nadal grabbed that early momentum in the second set, got a double break and only won by 1 break. Third set, switch again. Federer grabs the instantaneous momentum and pressure again, goes up double break, winning 6-1, and guess what? The roller coaster continued, and this, Martina, could have been the point of the match.
Well, this is by far the best point of the match. Both players doing amazingly well to get back into the point with a slice forehand, but Rafa wins the point with a slice forehand there. Ridiculously good stab. Federer was applauding with his racket on that shot.
And the numbers through 4 sets.
Yeah, the break points one, you see Roger doing a little bit better there, putting some more pressure on Federer. +2 versus unforced errors, and Rafa +3. Those are good numbers for the amount of offense that both of these guys are playing. See Rafa coming in only 8 times and Federer 28 times. So this set's going to be about the first couple of games and who's able to impact the serve. Martina, I've been hugely impressed with Nadal's ability to change serving strategy mid-set.
Yes, he started going back to the backhand too much, and now he's going body serves again, and he's really handcuffing Roger as he's trying to take the ball early, standing on the baseline, and with that swinging ball into his body, he's not been able to return so well.
Yeah, Federer had a couple chances early in the 4th set, but after that, Rafa held comfortably. Really smart strategic serving.
And through 4 sets, total points dead even, 110 each. Roger has taken an injury timeout.
Worked pretty well for him against Stan Wawrinka. He did the same thing, right?
It did. Start of the 5th set.
He said after that match with Stan that he had been having some problems with his leg. And so far this match, the movement has looked good, hasn't looked hindered.
Both players, I think Rafa, to me, sometimes he's looked a bit leg heavy, just a smidgen. Roger's been flowing beautifully. Certainly nobody seems hampered by anything.
So while we wait for Roger, we'll take another break. Back with more of this men's championship of the Australian Open. After the injury timeout to receive treatment.
Don't know what that treatment was for. We mentioned the leg that he talked about after the semifinal match. I did speak with he and Severin Luti before this match, and they said he was feeling pretty good. Things were good. So we'll see if that little break hindered either player.
This is the 6th. Rafa won 3 of the 5 previous 5 setters, most recently in their final here in 2009. Rafa winning 6-2 in the 5th. The crowd appreciating what they've seen from these great athletes so far.
And could we have had anything but a 5-setter? No way. what it's all about.
Love the team.
Lengthy exchange, won by Rafa.
Love the team.
Jumps out in front, love 30.
We've got early service breaks the last 3 sets. First set is the only set that went a bit before a break. Roger Federer says thank you very much for that short return. Second serve.
15-13.
Rafa playing way too conservatively. Federer makes him pay the price.
That's the only hiccup we've seen from Rafa.
Yeah,
Is now when he's getting leads, once in a while he's dropping that forehand short. Not that one.
Well, what a shot from Nadal to earn a couple of break points to start the 5th set.
15-14.
Pounding it into that corner.
And Rafa kept thinking, surely you're going to go to my forehand. Federer never did. Saves the break point.
One more remaining. Going for it, but sends it wide, and it's Nadal with the advantage here in the 5th.
That's just the start Rafael Nadal needed. Nice solid play on his part, nothing fancy, did what he does best, high and deep, used the wheels. Keep the ball out of the strike zone, and Federer made the unforced errors.
We've been talking about the Nadal serve placement against Roger Federer. He's been going so much to the backhand, but here you see how many body serves he's hit. Some out wide to the forehand, but most of it tee or body rather into the body of Federer, and then to the backhand. 54% in the deuce court, 55 in the ad court. Really, I mean, it's precise.
Yeah, basically 1 of 3 at the body. That's a lot. That keeps you guessing.
Thank
handcuffs
you.
you.
15 love.
All.
Boy, nice little gift there.
15 all.
Just remember, we all revert to our default mode. Roger Federer's default mode is to really try to pin Nadal in the backhand corner, and that's not what got him a 2-1 lead.
Roger handled that net court beautifully for 15-30.
That's a tricky shot because the ball spins differently when it hits the net, and you really have to cover it. Of course, Roger, best hands in the business, does it easily. And a big point. So that forehand hiccup at 15 love could become costly for Nadal.
Federer trying to answer after he was broken to start the fifth. 15-30.
That's the pattern.
And 2 break points for Roger.
Well inside the court. That's how he gets that angle. As his box erupts. Whew.
That's exactly what Roger Federer has to do. Live and die by that pattern the rest of the match.
The ball was so short, Federer couldn't get there fast enough to get on top of it. Ball rose up too high for him. Still a break point.
Oh, that was just a brilliant effort from Nadal. Break point down.
A slight miss hit. I thought this ball was going to go wide when he hit it, but you see it kind of tailed back inside.
That was big.
Well, it's hard to hold your nerve when you have to swing so hard to generate that much pace.
Deuce. Favorable net court gives Roger a third chance to break back.
So that's 2 net courts that have gone Federer's way. The other one gave him an easy shot, semi-easy shot, put away. And this one gives him a winner. Oh.
Ready for play. Thank you.
Boy, that is just an amazing pickup from Nadal off of that return to serve.
That's as good a shot as he's hit today. So difficult going backwards, inside out, into the corner. Talk about guts and ability. Wow. quality tennis here. That's an understatement.
Now Nadal beating Federer the forehand side.
Advantage Nadal.
Rafa saves 3 break points to maintain his advantage in the 5th and consolidate the early break.
Nadal leads much
So
against
Rafa made an error on that forehand at 15 love, and Federer gets a let court to get another break point.
There's that serve kind of into the forehand body, and then Roger doesn't get up to that short ball. That's one save. Then another serve into the forehand hip. Look at this ball, tail back in. And that's 2 down for Rafa. And then the third, that pickup is ridiculous. Roger hits a great return deep, and Rafa fends it off like a champ. Unbelievable stuff.
Roger's got to keep his focus. Cannot afford to get down a second break.
In this match, Nadal had, by set, 5 winners, 7, 4, 6. He's got 6 in 2 games already. That's how much he's picked up his pace in this set.
Mr. Nadal is challenged
That was
on
it.
the
Challenge.
right baseline. The ball scored in.
Thought it was on the baseline. Right on it. Well, not right on it, but enough.
He caught it.
30 love. Mr. Nadal has 2 challenges remaining.
Second serve, 30 love. Serve and volley and a brilliant pickup.
And that's the thing from returning that far deep in the court.
40 love.
If you can get your racket on the volley, it's a winner. Good hands from Federer.
40 love.
Game Federer.
Federer holds at love, but down a break in the 5th.
Nadal leads much against the 1.
Men's final between these 2 legends, Roger Federer, Rafael Nadal. During the change, trainer coming out, looking on Roger's right leg. Right thigh area.
Yep, trying to keep that quad nice and loose.
Nadal serving. 2-1. Championship is on his racket.
And we don't know exactly what's going on with Roger's leg, but either way, he needs to keep the points short, but maybe he's just forced into it because he can't move as well as he would like. But either way, he just needs to take chances and just go for broke, basically, when the opportunity presents itself.
Jam there, couldn't fight it off.
30 love.
Quickly, it's 30 love, Nadal.
13
double.
to zero.
Rafa gets Roger on the board in this Nadal service game. Fourth game of the fifth set. (30-15).
Wow, that answers that question about Roger's movement. Beautifully done.
Yeah, this set up with that big cross-court forehand. Then look at him move inside the court to cut that backhand off to go to the forehand corner. Beautiful commitment on that shot.
Dead even again.
With 30 love, double fault. Great point from Federer. Just like that, you're under pressure.
Boy, you just can't miss that one. I mean, that's a body serve, but he wasn't totally jammed.
Well, men's tennis terms, 103 miles an hour is a puffball.
Cross-court seemed to surprise Rafa. Deuce.
Deuce.
Such big points here. Federer trying to break back.
Let's for service.
I don't think either player heard that let. But that doesn't matter.
Tremendous shot making from Federer to earn a break point.
And this backhand right here is set up because all of the cross-court ones Roger has hit. Rafa's leaning a little bit that way to give him enough space to go down the line.
How big is this? Federer
Please.
tries to get back on serve and level the set at 2.
That's great pickups by Rafa, but the wrong side of the court. Rafa's so good at cutting off the two-hander and hitting it flat.
Deuce. Advantage Nadal.
That should have been an easier approach shot. Rafa Nadal defends better than anybody. It's just ridiculous what he can do when he's on a full stretch. So much racket head control.
Thank you.
his chances.
Wow, in this set, 4 break points for Federer, nothing to show
Nadal
for it.
leads half the
Nadal
games to
1-4-2.
Well, the all-time, they're trying to win his 15th, Roger his 18th.
And this is a huge moment. Rafa wins this match, gang. We got 17-15 with the French coming up. There's a lot of historical weight going on right now.
I think Rafa would be the favorite, obviously in Paris, and that would be, he's able to win it, 16. This one not done yet.
love.
Over 3 hours in, there you see in the background the time of the match.
A very quick match, considering.
Rafa there in plenty of time. Maybe a little better than it had to be, but
15 all.
and nonetheless, all.
And from this moment on, it's even more important for Rafa Nadal just to realize, just be Rafa, do what I do best. Federer is the one that's got to adjust, not Nadal.
And the ratio of winners for both players in this set has been ridiculous. In 4 games and change, 12-6 for Federer, 8-3 for Nadal. Both players lifting the level of their game so much in this set. With everything on the line, tells you everything you need to know about these guys.
Again, Federer.
3-2. Nadal still up a break. Each time, Nadal has shut him down. Roger 0 for 4 on break points. It is on Nadal's racket. 3 holes of serve, and he wins his 15th major. Federer breaks open the point with an exclamation point.
Okay, Nadal might be at the break in this set, but the 2 service games out of the 3 that he held, that he held, he was down break points. Both games, he was down break points.
That was a thing of beauty from Federer.
And serving 90%, but only winning 60% of those points. So not getting good return on the serves when he gets the first serve in. Case in point, 2 first serves, 2 points lost. Federer is flowing again.
Love 13.
Federer needs to shift one step to the side to prepare for the body serve.
Framed by Roger.
15-13.
15-30.
In this set, Federer won 20 points, Nadal 18. When Nadal's up 3-2 with a break. Sometimes tennis is not fair.
Federer has got to get the ball to the forehand corner at this point. That is a ridiculous serve.
102 miles an hour, but it was so wide. Look where Federer contacted the ball about 5 feet wide of the double stram line. And it's still an uncomfortable shot there for Nadal. It looks simple, but his heart was in his throat, I tell you that for sure.
He's challenging the ball on the left baseline.
I thought he was going to pull it cross court again. Wonder if he changed his mind. Didn't get enough rotation on it.
Check the challenge.
I saw it out. Yep.
Was long.
So now Roger has had a break point in every service game Nadal has served this final set.
Mr. Nadal has one challenge remaining.
And Rafa has only one challenge left until they go to 6-all if they go that far.
Thank you. Players are ready.
Rafa has been so moneyed on these break points.
And that's what we're talking about with the variation of serve locations. That one, he goes big up the middle and gets the weak reply and just rips the first ball. Tremendous serving to the spots by Nadal.
And Rogers 0 for 5 on break points in the fifth.
Thank you.
Deuce.
Nadal going against the grain. 2 big
Advantage,
points,
Nadal.
2 serves to the Federer forehand and pays dividends, as you like to say, Paul. Oh, the let court. Well, the let court has been, the let court god has been on Roger Federer's side in this match. Another huge point. And it cost Rafa the shot. Sailed wide.
Advantage, Federer.
Just spectacular from Roger. Earning a 6th break point in this set. Desperate to break back and get back on serve.
games all.
Just amazing drama. If this is the final chapter between these two, it will be memorable.
Love.
16 aces now for Roger.
Thank you.
You want a heavyweight bout? You got one.
30 love.
Federer 6 of 9 at the net in this set.
Thank you. Players are ready. Quiet, please.
Ace number 17. It has been just a stunning final between these two legendary players. We are back on serve, fifth set. The momentum is with Roger Federer as Nadal serves 3-4. Keep in mind that Roger has had break points in each of Rafa's service games in this set.
That's that X factor that Roger Federer has. Nobody has that much variety.
Love 15. Please. Love 13.
And that's 9 straight points for Roger. Triple break point after the third double fault from Nadal. And 10 consecutive points for Federer. A break here, and he will serve for the title.
Thank you.
Ridiculous forehand.
15-14.
Well, if Rafa breaks the streak of Federer, still in big trouble here.
Still break point. Was huge. Deuce from triple break point down late in the fifth.
Slow body serve. Federer early mishits. Whew, I can't breathe.
Roger 1 of 9. Saw the graphic. Break points here in the fifth. Seven shots.
Advantage Federer.
I'm not sure you'll ever see a better rally than that.
Thank you.
Another break point for Federer for 5-3 in the fifth. Serve from Nadal.
Absolutely clutch.
Juice. Advantage Federer.
Too many balls in the middle of the court. Federer dictating, going for it. 18 winners, 7 unforced. It's all about guts.
Fifth break point of this game for Federer to go up 5-3.
Rather into the
game.
Thank you.
As he shows new balls, 1 game for his 18th major, his first in 4.5 years. Rafa will not make it easy.
Love the team.
I've never been that far behind the court. I don't know what it feels like to hit a ball from there. That's ridiculous.
Love the team. Thank you.
His 18th ace. Two chances to break back.
30-14.
Ace number 19 saves 1 break point.
Juice.
Roger fights back to deuce and 2 points away
Please.
from the championship and an 18th major.
Advantage Federer.
Rod Laver looking on. He will present the trophy to the winner. Championship point for Roger Federer.
Thank you. Mr. Federer is challenging the call on the service line. The ball's got out.
Oh gosh, I think he just missed it. He has 3 double faults for the match. And he catches the line. It's a first serve. Wow.
He gets
Advantage Federer.
first serve.
Please. Missed Mr. Federer
No,
is
that was
challenging
on
the
the
ball
line,
on
but
the
long.
service line. The ball's put out.
It was out.
Second service.
Still championship point.
Juice. Mr. Federer has 2 challenges remaining. Advantage Federer.
His 20th ace gives Roger his 2nd championship point.
Thank you. Mr. Nadal is challenging the ball on the left near sideline.
Gosh, that was
The ball's
close.
in.
Oh my God.
If it's in, Roger Federer has won his 18th major. Match itself worthy of the legends contesting it. Wow. Just amazing. Of Rogers' player box. Ivan Lubicic, his wife Mirka. Everyone sharing in that joy. And look at Rogers' reaction. An historic night here in Melbourne. A record 18th Grand Slam singles title for Roger Federer. Roger Federer has won the Australian Open as the 17th seed after 6 months away from the sport. A 5-set thriller for the ages. Here in Melbourne, as Roger Federer has beaten Rafael Nadal in a classic men's championship 6-3 in 5 sets. And now Roger, with 18 majors, extends his record. Rafa with 14 still, tied with Pete Sampras, Novak Djokovic with 12. It was a match that had everything you could possibly want from these two champions. And now we are ready for the trophy presentation. So let's go down to our host for the ceremony, Vasil Zepelis.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it was the final that we were all hoping for, and it did not disappoint. To the thousands of people watching here at Melbourne Park and the millions more watching throughout Australia and around the world, what more can we say other than thank you, Roger and Rafa? Joining us for the presentation tonight is the President of Tennis Australia, Mr. Steve Healy, and the President and CEO of Kia Motors Australia, Mr. S.H. Cho. And a man, ladies and gentlemen, who won 3 Australian Open crowns, 11 Grand Slam titles in total, and in the process twice completed the calendar year Grand Slam in his stadium, Mr. Rod Laver. Welcome, Rod. Also with us, the CEO of Tennis Australia and Tournament Director, Mr. Craig Tiley, and the Tournament Referee, Mr. Wayne McEwen. As you know, ladies and gentlemen, Kia have been great supporters of the Australian Open, and it is now my great pleasure to introduce Mr. Cho of Kia Motors Australia.
Gentlemen, congratulations on such a great display of tennis tonight. On behalf of everyone at Kia Motors Corporation, I thank you for showing us exactly why the Australian Open is one of the world's most exciting major sports championships. Unfortunately, only one winner can be crowned tonight. But I believe both of you should be proud of the sportsmanship and passion you have shown throughout this year's tournament. I also thank everyone at Tennis Australia, tournament staff and volunteers for their hard work in making this year's event such a huge success. And of course, my heartfelt thanks go out to all of the passionate fans here tonight and watching at home. The Australian Open would not be where it is today without all of you, the best fans in the world. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Cho. Ladies and gentlemen, please now welcome to the microphone the President of Tennis Australia, Mr. Steve Healy.
Good evening, everyone. What a tournament, what a night, and what a pleasure and privilege to have witnessed that final. That was extraordinary. First of all, to Premier Andrews and your government, thank you for the ongoing and fabulous support we receive for this facility. It is the finest tennis venue in the world, and thank you very much. Thank you also to our fantastic sponsors led by Kia, Jacobs Creek, Emirates, ANZ and Rolex, and all of the sponsors. We thank you very much for what you do. To Craig Tiley and the 8,500 tournament team, a wonderful job brilliant effort. You deserve every praise heaped upon you by the players and by the fans alike. Well done, Craig. 728,763 spectators came through the gate this week, an Australian Open record, and I've never experienced a better atmosphere in the tennis stadium than tonight, so thank you. And to Roger and Rafa, you have turned on an absolute show, and you personify all of the great values of sport in fairness, good sportsmanship, respect for the sport and the great champions, including the respect you show for each other. It was a memorable night. To Rafa, we sympathise with you. It was a magnificent final. You are a champion and always will be, so well done. And to Roger Federer, your 5th Australian Open, 18th Grand Slam, the legend grows. Well done. Can I ask the umpire, James Keothwong, to come up and receive a gift?
Thank you, James. Congratulations, and thank you also, Steve. So now, ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to ask Mr. Cho to come forward again and present the cheque, and to Mr. Rod Laver to present the trophy to our runner-up. An icon of the sport who once again has wowed us over the past fortnight with his unrivaled athleticism, his passion and his skill. A 14-time Grand Slam champion, and based on what we've witnessed over this past fortnight, a contender for many years still to come. Ladies and gentlemen, our runner-up, Australian Open 2017, Rafael Nadal.
Well, good evening, everybody. First of all, just can say congrats to Roger and all his team. Just amazing the way that he's playing after such a long time without being on the tour. No? So that's just very difficult to make that happen. So for sure you have been working a lot to make that happen. So well done, congrats. Feel very happy for you. Well, for me personally, have been a great month. You know, for the first time in my career, I spent 1 full month here in Australia, starting playing in Brisbane, then playing the Fast Four in Sydney, and now being here for the last 3 weeks. You know, so just amazing month for me. I really enjoy it a lot. This beautiful country, fantastic people, supporting a lot, all the events. Supporting a lot, all the events in every event that I played. The atmosphere have been unforgettable, and especially here in Melbourne, always going to be in my heart. No? It's a great 2 weeks for me. I had some hard time too without having the chance to compete at full conditions. Some injuries. Well, it's not new that for me, but but it's still always tough when it happens. No? So I worked very hard to be where I am today. I fought a lot during the both weeks. Today I think was a great match. Probably Roger deserved a little bit more than me, so I just I just gonna keep trying. No, I feel that I am back at very high level, so I gonna keep fighting during the whole season to have a great season, and for sure to come back here for so many years and keep trying to have this trophy with me. That is the 3rd time that I have This is beautiful, but but it's still much better the trophy. So I'm gonna keep trying hard to have the trophy again with me in the future. Just can say thank you very much, all my team. You know, we have been working hard, doing a lot of months to be where we are. So just thank you for all the support, family, people, everybody who made possible that I am here again. So for sure, all the sponsors who made possible this amazing event. No, one of the best the best events of the world of sport, without a doubt. So many thanks to all the sponsors, and especially Kia, that is my personal sponsor after since 2004. So just thank you very much for the support. And last thing, just many thanks to all the people who make possible the event, all the organization, President Craig Tidley, who is one amazing tournament director, everybody who made possible this, probably the best organized event of the world for the players. No? So just many thanks to all Tennis Australia for a huge support to the players, and I think to the fans too. No? So just I let Roger give the trophy, and see you next year. Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you.
Rafa, well done. Such a gracious and humble champion. Our congratulations again to our tournament runner-up, Rafael Nadal. So, ladies and gentlemen, to our Australian Open champion for 2017. A legend who tonight featured in his 100th Australian Open match. Undoubtedly, one of the most popular players, if not the most popular player ever to grace us here at Melbourne Park. And now, the holder of 18 Grand Slam singles titles, five of which have been won right here on Rod Laver Arena. Ladies and gentlemen, the 2017 champion of the Australian Open, Roger Federer.
Thank you, guys. I'm out of words, and Rafa said so many great things, but of course I'd like to also congratulate Rafa on an amazing comeback. I think when we were in I don't think we both, either one of us, believed that we're going to be in the finals of Australia when we saw each other at your academy, you know, sort of 4 or 5 months ago. And here we stand in the finals. You know, I'm happy for you. I would have been happy to lose too, to be honest. The comeback was perfect as it was. So tennis is a tough sport. There's no draws, but if there was going to be one, I would have been very happy to accept the draw tonight and share it with Rafa, really. I know everybody says they work very hard. I did the same. I try really not to shout about it because we got some serious legends and toughest guys in the game, like in Rafa, here tonight. So, but I'd just like to thank my team because it's been a different last 6 months. Let's be honest. I wasn't sure if I was going to make it here, but here I am, and we made it. So I'd just like to thank you guys. Thank you. Danny, my wife, Severin, Ivan, Tony, everybody who's been on the ride, Pierre, my fitness coach at home. It's been amazing, so thanks for that. And of course there's also Rafa's team. You guys worked so hard over the years and deserve everything but more, so I wish you continued success this year and for hopefully many more years to come. You know, stay on the tour, keep playing Rafa, please. Tennis needs you, so thanks very much for everything you do. Then I'd like, of course, to thank all the sponsors. You know, this building is amazing. Thanks, Rocket, for being here tonight. Again, with your presence, it's always wonderful to have you here. It means so much more to both of us. And of course, you guys fill up the seats and make it just a wonderful experience for us, the players, to fight harder and one more time and one more time. So it's because of you guys that we are standing here tonight as well, and we fought like we could, and yeah, just you guys made it super special for me always. You guys have been amazing over the years. I've been coming here for almost 20 years now, and I've always enjoyed it, and now my family does too, so thank you for that. Yeah, and I hope I didn't forget anything, but just thanks again for everything to everybody. And of course, I hope to see you next year. If not, you know, this was a wonderful run here, and I can't be more happy to have won tonight. Thank you very much, guys.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sure I speak for everyone in the stadium and indeed watching wherever you might be. It's a night we will never forget. Our congratulations and thanks to our runner-up, Rafael Nadal, and our congratulations to 18-time Grand Slam champion, Roger Federer. Ladies and gentlemen, that does conclude our official presentation. There will be, as is customary, a photo opportunity, and then, of course, Roger will complete a lap of honour with the Norman Brooks Challenge Cup. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for being here, and congratulations again to Rafa and Roger.
When they were last here in this situation, it was Rafa holding the Norman Brooks Challenge Cup as champion and consoling a tearful Roger Federer. 8 years have passed since, and who would have thought they would be standing together again, sharing the stage at the ages of 35 and 30 after playing a final, Martina and Paul, that no one will forget.
I am speechless. I really don't know what to say. It was a treat. It really, truly is a shame one of them had to lose. They both brought out the best tennis in that final set. These fans will never forget this night. And again, it was a match that transcended the sport. And we could not have two better champions. Roger now, 18 Grand Slam titles. Unbelievable.
Yeah, it's just moments like these as a fan of the sport where I just can't believe what we get to see. And with champions like these two, not only the tennis that they show us, but the way that they do it, the humility, the grace, the class, the integrity, relentless competitiveness with a lot of just honor. It's just a treat, and I'm happy to have seen it, and I'm so happy for both of these guys. And you just don't ever bet against great athletes. Rafa will be back, Roger's back, and we're all the better for it.
18 majors, and this may be the most unlikely of them all. During those 6 months away, fighting doubts about the future, if he could return to the level of greatness that we had all grown accustomed to, and now adding to his historic legacy. 18 majors, his first in 4.5 years since the All England Club in 2012. At 35, the oldest winner of a major on the men's side since Ken Rosewall was 37 years old in 1972, and the first man in history to win 5 or more titles at 3 different majors. He has meant so much to the